Hotels face growing backlash against resort fees. Consumer Reports has no financial relationship with advertisers on this site. Hotels that levy resort fees daily charges for using the hotel's facilities are under growing pressure to disclose them more clearly or include them in their advertised room price. Karl A. Racine, the Attorney General for Washington, D.C., announced Tuesday that his office had filed suit against hotel giant Marriott International, accusing it of price. Meanwhile, two big online booking sites, Booking.com and Expedia, are changing their practices to foresee. Not so long ago, you mainly encountered resort fees at actual resort hotels of properties with a golf course or tennis courts, say. But over the last, because many hotels don't include these fees in the prices they advertise, they can come as a surprise to consumers when they check in or even when they are settling up at the end of their stay. The suit seeks to force Marriott to advertise the true prices of its hotel rooms up front, provide monetary relief to tens of thousands of affected consumers, and pay civil penalties. For at least the last decade, Marriott reaped hundreds of millions of dollars in profit by deceiving consumers, Racine said. According to the lawsuit, Marriott owns, manages, or franchises at least 189 Marriott properties worldwide that charge consumers resort fees, which can range from $9 to as much as $95 per room per day. Jeff Flaherty, a Marriott spokesman, told Consumer Reports that the company doesn't comment on pending litigation. The amount of revenue the hotel industry rakes in from resort and other fees and surcharges is huge, $2.9 billion in 2018, according to Bjorn Hansen, a hospitality industry consultant in New York. Anna Laden, Director of Financial Policy at Consumer Reports, applauded the suit. The hotel industry is raking in billions of dollars in fees and other surcharges that aren't always disclosed until late in the reservation or, worse, at checkout time, Laden said. We've heard from Booking.com and Expedia are also pressuring hotels to be more upfront about resort fees, even though their motivation may be as much about their bottom line as helping consumers. These sites make money from the commission, so typically 15% they charge hotels on the advertised price of each booking. When hotels don't, Booking.com says it will begin to charge hotels commissions on resort fees and other mandatory fees that aren't included in the advertised price. Expedia, meanwhile, says it will begin looking at how hotels with mandatory fees appear. Our goal is to ensure that among otherwise equal hotels, those not charging mandatory fees have higher visibility to travelers on our sites, thereby empowering travelers to compare their travel options easily and intuitively, says Christy Hudson, an Expedia spokesperson, explaining the new policy. Industry observers think this could have an impact. It's going to be harder to find these hotels on the sites, which could ultimately hurt the hotel's business, says Dennis Skall, executive editor of Skift, a news and information site for the travel industry. So that might be at Marriott spokesperson Brendan McManus declined to comment when asked if these online booking agency moves would have any impact on the way the company presents fees online or whether the hotel chain would continue to list rooms on the sites. An email to another, these are still early days in the fight against fees. Here are some steps. Check hotel websites directly. They sometimes list but call the hotel, to get a full tally of fees and to ask about waivers for services you know you'll never use. This tactic is more. Consider joining a hotel loyalty program. Pearl level member, be aware of other fees you might be charged. Parking fee, some hotels charge this even if you park yourself. Say you can be charged for this extra even if you don't use the one in your room. The charge is online reservation or booking fees. Travelers might be surprised to find $1.25 per night fee charged if they booked their reservation online. Some travelers, OWI5 fees. Although many hotels now provide free internet, you may have to pay a premium for high-speed connections. Consumer Reports is an independent, non-profit organization that works side by side with consumers to create a fairer, safer, and healthier world. CR does not